what you can offer, if you can sing, if you can act, if you can dance. It's all about really establishing yourself in the industry. And then towards the next 10 years, it was all about finding your niche and becoming a brand and just really establishing yourself as an artist. So those 10 years defined me and kumbaga, prepared me for the next 10 years of my life, which is starting this year. So I'm entering a new phase, for my third decade in the industry, after 20 years. For me, it's all about now. I want to say, because from what I've been reading, every so often I get a chance to read articles or anything that has to do with me. I've always been perceived as shy and reserved and really safe. So now, career-wise, image-wise, I want to be able to explore more the things I've not done before, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and think something out of the box so that I can be able to know more what I can offer my audience. Because I thought I'd already hit my glass ceiling as an artist, but I realized, I'm just turning 40, and as they always say, life begins at 40, and I kind of feel that. Nararamdaman ko now that I'm turning 40, there's still a lot of things that I can discover as compared to how I looked at my life 3 years ago. I felt that I've done so many things, and now looking ahead, I realized ang dami ko pa pala pwedeng gawin. Ang dami ko pa pala pwedeng discover, and part of that is being able to do something I've not done before, explore more, not be too safe, not care about what people think or perceive me to be. So it's more really maturing and growing in this business, and paying it forward, giving back to the business that has embraced me these last 2 decades.
So segue tayo dun sa you wanted to explore more. Meron in specific.
Well, I've gotten into production. I've gotten into production, movie producing specifically. So I make time for meetings with my production spring films with Joyce Bernat, Erickson Raimundo. So I want to be able to do films that have significance, be it socially or what have you. But I want to be able to do more roles. I want to be able to explore, especially now with the emergence of yung indie films. I want to be able to not necessarily bridge the gap, but to make people realize that the film is a film no matter how it's done, whether it's indie or mainstream. Like for me, you have to respect the film as it is, not because it's an independent film or it's mainstream. So that's where I'm getting towards. And then it may sound kind of sugarcoating, pero I want to be able to embrace my endorsements, really, not just endorse a product just because I'm paid for it, but to really believe in what I endorse. And because nowadays it's not just being an endorser, you have to be an ambassador. So when you say you're an ambassador, you're the spokesperson of that product, that brand. So I want to be able to really know about what I'm endorsing, how else I can improve the performance of the product that I'm endorsing, and just to be an ambassador of it. And in terms of me being a talent of ABS, I want to be able to conquer new grounds with ABS as to how else they want to improve, how else they want to grow and expand in the international market. Hopefully, I get to do something different regionally, like an international film, but I'm not keen on looking into getting into Hollywood because I don't think I'm still young enough or old enough to be in it. But I've already reconciled with myself, the fact that I'm in the business. As much as I tried to stay out of it for the longest time, for so many years, I thought I was going to retire. I thought I was going to switch careers, but here I am. I just signed up another 2 years with ABS, and I have a new outlook. Parang feeling ko ngayon mas tanggap ko na kung ano man yung mangyayari sa buhay ko, and there's no resistance anymore. So ergo, I get to be more creative. So if there are other things that I want to do, I'm sure I'm going to be excited, and these things are going to surprise me as I go on with my life, now that I'm entering a new phase. Sabi ko sinabi, di ba? Parang hindi ako prepared, di ba? Mahirap pala pag nagkakorenta ka eh.
Good luck and happy birthday.
Thank you, well, thank you.
Jo, you have a question?
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday.
Hindi naman ito bang dito mapili.
Kasi po, nag-video po.
Okay.
Kasi po, you're the ultimate heartthrob. And katulad na sabi ko sa'yo, parang po, you're so...
Nag-loading lang.
Parang kayo po, for a lot of us, you are the perfect man.
Happy
So,
birthday!
if you are, because we see you as perfect, siguro po, what are the things if you are to be, sana po, pagbigyan nyo, what are, give us at least 5 or not 10, the things that you're so insecure about?
I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm always a work in progress. I'm insecure about a lot of things. The reason why I got into this business was because I wanted to overcome my shyness. I had this, I was always shy to approach people until now. I don't know how to start a conversation. You know, if you put me with one person in an elevator in a room, di ko kakasakit nito because I just don't know how to approach. So that's an insecurity. And another insecurity of mine is I'm not very outspoken. I may seem outspoken because I have to talk. I'm I'm perceived to be really reserved, but I'm just really shy. You know, what you see is me being a person, being an actor, being an artist, but I always keep to myself. You know, I'm shy to open up, but if there's a one-on-one conversation, if I'm comfortable enough to be able to share my life, I don't leave nothing. You know, but for me, it's a privilege to be able to talk and just share your life. So if there's anything that I'm insecure about or insecure of, I thought I was insecure about aging, but I've embraced my life. I've been so blessed, you know, the last more than half my life, and you know, who am I to say na parang ano tayo ka-insecure ko? Siguro, kontentado lang po ako sa buhay. So if there are anything that I'm insecure about, I don't think about it or I don't dwell on it. I use that as an advantage to be able to become a better person, to grow. So, in all honesty, the only thing I could think of as my insecurity is my being shy and not being able to say things the way I want to say things. Yun na po. Wala man lang tayo na, pasensya na.
Okay.
Hindi ako confident na tao, but I'm just not really focusing on being insecure.
In any part of your body, wala naman po kayong insecure part.
I have a lot of battle scars. I've just gotten into calisthenics. Now I'm into parang gymnastics, as they call it. But I have an injury on my right tricep. My left eye is permanently damaged because of sport. I have bruises here and there because of my sport. But I use that as a memory, you know, that I'm very active and I'm really I'm making sure that my whole body is functional. So I use that as much as it's a battle scar, as much as an parang inferiority or parang doesn't make it complete. And not that I thrive on it, but I enjoy like when I got this bruise, you know, I didn't take it against anyone. I didn't feel na makukulang ako ng yung appearance ko magbabago, even when I had an injury here. Parang, you know, it's all part and parcel of your existence. So body-wise, I'm bukod sa slow down yung metabolism ko, siguro mas mahirap na magkaroon ng flash stomach. Yun lang. Malakas kasi ako kumain. That's why I try to work out more if I can. But I wish I still look in my 20s, pero yun nga, it slows down. So I'm not able to do more calisthenics because there's restrictions already with my tricep, with my arms. So the things I want to do, I can't. I can't do skydive because nag-overlap yung muscle ko sa arms. So I can twist my arms. I can't really switch it or twist all the way to the back. So those restrictions, but yeah, it makes me who I am. So you know, I don't dwell in it, and I try to conquer and just really, you know, try to strengthen my other parts, just to compensate.
Ay, thank you po. Meron naman po susunod, kasi kinikilig kami, picture mo pa lang, kinikilig na kami. In person, kinikilig na kami. Parati na lang kami kinikilig. Kayo naman po ba, if you are to give us, share to us at least 5 na moments na kinikilig ka naman. And what occasions?
Gosh, ang hirap naman. Kinikilig ako, kinikilig ako when my son calls me Papa. Kinikilig ako whenever I, see him. And nakikita ko siya nagpe-perform and he's becoming his own person. Kinikilig ako pag nakakasama ko siya. And even just be with him, we don't have to talk. I feel complete knowing that my son is around. And no matter what he becomes in life, I always feel grateful about his existence and that he's my son. Isa pang kinikilig ako when, I think about my career, for how far it's gone. And like, manood ko yung sarili ko sa ganyan. Kinikilig ako because parang, being the shy person that I am, and I get to see a totally different person, or wow, okay. And whenever I see myself on a cover of a magazine, or whenever I see a commercial of mine or a movie, and I'm like, wow, nakalimutan ko ako yun. So mga ganun moments, romantically, kinikilig ako when I'm able to be more personal, that I don't have to think about what people say. Yes, I'm just. And, I get kilig when you get to spend some downtime with a special person, not thinking about what people say, or it's hard to talk in riddles. Pero when you know that you guys connect, and yun lang. Yun lang.
What do you call that moment? Do you call it a zing moment? Do you call it a kilig moment?
I call it connection.
Connection.
I call it connection.
From now on, connection. In Piolo Pascual's, siguro, top things, date a woman who has, kasi medyo jumping from that trending topic. What would you prefer the guys should follow? Date a woman who has, blah blah blah, date a woman who has.
Okay, I don't know how to answer that. If there's one moment I'd like to share about is when I was walking down the streets of Manila with a person that never was able to experience such a thing. And she felt na parang she's being real, she's being a true person just because people are not minding us, or people were not minding whatever she was doing with me. And it was a kilig moment for me. And yung mga ganung moments where you don't have to showcase what you got or how you can prepare, because I like doing that, being able to surprise a person. Pero to do the simplest things na kailangan gagawa together, or you need to cook for that person. I don't necessarily cook, pero if I able to cook for her, that's wow. Even for me, it makes me feel fulfilled and needed. Thank you. Ang hirap na mga tanong.
That's recipe.
Yes, kita ko eh.
Okay, next question. Jangan.
Hi, Papa B.
Hello.
Natawag kasi.
Ayan.
Can you tell me like 5 women that you think is...
Grabe kayo ba sa book ko? Stress ko
siguro yung pinaka-sexiest woman nila
easy. Okay.
in the Philippines.
Mga 5 naman, sige.
Yeah, 5 lang. Tsaka why they think they are sexy?
Why you think they are sexy?
Yes.
In no particular order, of
Yes.
course. Ang dami.
Kahit yun man yan.
Na-stress na naman ako. Top of mind would be Isadora, because she's my contemporary. She's Isa Lazado.
Mm-hmm.
She's kept her look kumbaga maintained. She knows how to take care of herself, and that for me is sexy. Not necessarily papabayaan because you want to look good, because your appearance is what you're selling. So Isadora is very good when it comes to that. She knows how to project herself, and physically she has all the right curves, And she has a very beautiful face, sexy face, and very, very seductive, very sensual. That's the right word for it. I find I find nakaka-stress yun. I-skip ko naman. Kasi parang pangit, hindi ko alam paano i-explain. I don't, kasi naman, nag-explain talaga ako. Sige, si Sharina, I find her sexy. Because I just like them voluptuous. And when you're a woman, you'd want to project a certain look. And she's so good at how she's able to project that. So yun. Then there's Nadine Lustre, who has the right proportionate body, same as Liza Soberano. Just to name a few.
Okay. And one more.
Gosh. Okay, just grabe. Mapupulit ko na to. Siguro, gosh. Si Angelica, sexy siya. Ay, ganun pang gawin niya. I'd like to say probably Catherine. She may be shy, but she comes out of her shell, but that's her charm, and that makes her sexy. So, eventually, of course, they'll be able to project a certain image and be confident and be comfortable, with how they look. But that makes her sexy, her shyness.
Do you feel a little off if somebody calls you like the sexiest man in the Philippines?
Of course, I feel off when people call me Papa P. Pero kailangan kong tanggapin, wala naman akong choice. Even cameraman called me Papa P. What's up, bro? What's up, Papa P? So we call that, of course, it's a privilege. It's an honor. But kasama din yung pressure na you have to look good, you have to, look your best every time. So, may pressure din. Thank you.
How do you take care of yourself?
Okay, I don't have a trade secret, but I've made fitness part of my lifestyle. I sleep 6 hours minimum. The moment I wake up, I pray, I work out, I go to do whatever I have to do, and then I drink a lot of water, and I keep a positive vibe.
Do you put anything on your face, on your hair?
Kailangan, but I'm a very casual guy. As you can see, I just have to. I only follow 2 brands. Of course, I endorse Natasha from my apparel, but I don't necessarily buy a product just because it's nice. It has to be comfortable. So for me, I maintain this. I have to make sure that I'm happy, that I'm peaceful, and everything else will follow. So that's my outlook in life, and I know that I am my own product. My physical appearance is my product, primarily physically, but at the same time, what I have to offer my audience, acting-wise or performance-wise. So I make sure that I train, I make sure that I work out, and make sure that I look my best and be at my best in whatever I do. And of course, that's why, I try to sleep on time. I eat a lot, but that's why I work out more, and I make sure that I find time to rest, to recover, and really drink a lot of water throughout the day.
Alright, thank you so much.
Beginning of the year, I remember when after my 2-month vacation, and I had to appear in front of the press, I thought I was gonna die. So parang ilang weeks pa lang ako, pero kinakabahan ako eh.
More questions.
More questions? How many questions eh?
Really, okay.
Happy birthday na.
Thank you naman.
This year naman, kasi birthday mo ngayon, pero ikaw ang may regalo sa mga tao kaya from movie, upcoming movie. And then you're paired with Yen. Kamusta naman having a new girl?
At first, medyo syempre mahiyain dahil I think Yen is only 21 or 20 if I'm not mistaken. She's really young. But I made sure na comfortable siya, I made sure na confident siya. So, it's a welcome change. Usually, ako talaga yung pinapartner sa older sa akin or mas experienced sa akin. So, for me, I guess it's time to impart already, what not naman necessarily what I can share, but, to give others the chance to, explore and be paired with other people because it's how you learn. So, I welcome that, no matter who I'm paired with, and make sure that I give them the best experience, and in return, I get to experience life with them and learn from them as well.
How will this movie be different from
So different, amazing. It's a cliche to say, it's a different movie, you'll be able to relate to it, but it's for you to see. I'm just proud that I'm able to do something like this because, I was able to do away with the typical love story, boy meets girl, there's a conflict in the end, or the adultery case. But in this movie, we really delve deep into the heart of a family, the heart of a man, the core of a person. We have a young person here, Raiko. We have Yen, who's in her 20s, and me, and I'm portraying a guy who's in his late 30s. So different generations, different social classes, but in a different atmosphere as well. It's supposed to be located in Alaska. We shot in Alaska, but we made Daya. We shot in New Zealand because the time that we were allowed to shoot summer sa States. Sa New Zealand lang may snow. So we were given a chance to work with a New Zealand crew. So parang international standards, and we were able to showcase a lot of the sceneries, the landscape of New Zealand. But what's important in this film is really the relationship of a family. A guy looking for meaning in life is really jaded, and a girl who's actually not looking for love but eventually finds it, and a son who wants to have a complete family and finds his way out into some place wherein he gets to feel wanted and belong. So ang dami niyang pinuntahan, and watching yesterday some of the scenes, it's very real. I can say as much it's fiction, pero a lot of the scenes were loosely based on real moments, real experiences, and this was shared by my own director, who had the idea of coming up with this story because it was a personal experience for him. So it all started with that. So from there, we are on our 10th draft. That's why na-delay siya because I'm all for the betterment of a story. So now we're on our last 3 days, and as we are progressing, as we are almost done, mas nakikita mo yung texture ng pelikula, and I can safely say that I'm really proud of this film. I'm really happy na nabigyan ako ng chance to do something like this, something different. That the reason why I always say na I want to be able to provide my audience something they've not seen me do, and this is one of it.
Pero since kanina pag-usapan na natin yung working out and everything. Tapos kahapon may post si Direk Don na parang nagpapakita kayo ng biceps. So meron ba kaming aabangan sa movie na gano'n?
Parang feeling ko naman wala akong ginawang pelikula kung gano'n. Hindi ko naman maintindihan ko bakit nasa script eh. Meron naman. Kasama to eh. Pero syempre gusto mo rin naman panoorin ng mga lalaki yung pelikula, so I hope hindi sila ma-turn off, hindi sila magalit, di ba? Pag hindi ba sila ng mga girlfriend o asawa nila, because I want to be able to not just cater to the women but also the different social classes and demographics. So it's part of the film, essentially.
Add ko lang kasi from Facebook Live, may nagtatanong kung ano na daw ang status ng Written in Our Stars. Since ito
It's still being written in our stars. Sinusunod pa rin siya sa stars. I was finally able to see them last week sa ASAP, and I asked her, both of us are really still interested. We're still interested too. Of course, we've done 2 weeks worth of story, and it's a nice concept. But it's not up to us if we're still gonna do it or not. But as of now, wala akong balita as to when we're gonna do it, if we're still gonna do it. But yeah, I'd be so much willing to do it with him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay. Follow up lang about the projects. Guys, sasabihin si Chris.
Actually, nandun ako sa shoot ng Once in a Lifetime sa Baguio at sa Subi. At nung sasabi ko, dun sa scene ni Papa P sa airport, super galing na doon. Super super todo bigay pa rin siya sa performance niya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, if I may say something about this film, that's why it's closer to home because I'm able to identify with the character, and you know, I had the same experience with my son. Parang for us, you know, it's a whole movie itself. So it was easier for me to identify with the character. But more than anything, I was able to understand, you know, my character really well. That, you know, for me, natutuwa ako pag ginagawa ko yung scene. What more pag pinapanood ko. Yesterday, I was just really overwhelmed because even especially that airport scene was my first time to see my son. I was crying, I was bawling. So I hope, you know, with the kind of scene we're able to showcase that to the audience and for them to be able to relate to it and somehow identify with it.
Question ko lang, about dun kay Yen, ano yung working relationship mo ni Yen?
Si Yen kasi, kinakabahan sa akin eh. So, she's very giggly. Last night we had a love scene. So, tahimik lang kami pareho, hindi kami nagsasalita. But when we had to do the scene, she was very professional. You know, one thing I can say about Lillian, she's very professional and she's a go-getter. She knows what she wants, and you know, when you see her face, you know, the screen loves her. So it's safe for me to say that she's cut out for it, and she's still bound to go. I mean, hindi ko naman siguro tatanggapin yung proyekto with her if I didn't believe in her talent. And so I'm just really excited because she being a newbie in the business, marami pa siya pwedeng ibigay, and with this film, mamahalin mo siya, maiintindihan mo, magugustuhan mo yung character niya.
Kasi yung character mo sa movie is babaero ka. In real life,
Ang layo in real life, di ba? I'm a Christian.
or I mean, paano ka nakakalitin sa character mo sa movie?
I think that's the art. That's the art of my craft. If you're able to separate that with real life, you know, that's a character, and you don't have to necessarily be a character. If you're able to come up with a certain character that's really opposite from who you are, and that for me is an achievement as a person, as an artist.
Tsaka si si Papa Pia, maski sa maski umuupo lang siya sa hallway, wala siyang arte.
Oo naman, dapat naman, di ba? Kasi mo mag-asa. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Next, we have a question from Luisa.
Hi.
Starstruck na.
Okay, a different timeline. Question is, who is Piolo Pascual if he's not Papa P? Not related to showbiz or anything. What's your other dream? What's your other life?
Ito na yung buhay ko siya mo.
I mean, if there's another timeline.
Gosh, I'd still be pursuing this. I never saw myself doing anything else. I remember growing up, you know, even when I was working in the States, or even here when I was still studying, gusto ko talaga not necessarily be an artista, pero gusto ko umarte. You know, I don't know if it was coming from the gut, but I always felt that there was something in it for me, you know, to be in the business, you know, being the shy person that I was. Hindi ko makita yung sarili ko, you know, doing other things. Growing up, I wanted to be a pilot because I wanted to fly. But now looking at the pilots who fly the plane, it's so much pressure. So okay na ako sa pressure dito sa showbiz, pero parang yung pressure to fly every time. And parang, buti na lang, hindi ako naging pilot. I wanted to be a newscaster. I wanted to be an anchor. Pero I think I'm in a better place, you know, not to compare or anything. So I would not want to be able to trade my life now, you know, for something that, you know, I just cannot picture myself doing other things, you know, other than this. I want to be a pastor. I want to be able to preach. I want to be able to share my life or my faith. But that's another story, you know. If I'm able to influence and use my influence in this business the way I am doing it now, then I'm fulfilling another dream. But if I'm to be used for something else, then as long as it's God's plan for me, as long as it's His purpose, you know, who am I to refuse? But for now, I just cannot see myself doing anything else aside from this.
Hello, Piolo. I'm Joanna Vocations of Joy and Cascade PH. Do Dun pa lang sa I love you, Piolo, minahal na kita. At alam mo lahat ng mga events. Unfortunately, lahat ng mga invites, natataon sa mga pampamilyang lakad namin, so hindi ako nakaka-attend. This time, I'm really taking this chance na, of course, isang beses ko palang ito hiningi kay Din Kane, na Superman, if I can get a kiss from the Superman, now with Papa Piolo. Is it okay to get a kiss? Siyempre, sinakuno.
And a hug as well.
Sobra. I'm a very big fan.
Thank you.
Bukod sa magandang iyong mukha, magandang umarte, at saka kitang-kita talaga na mabait ka.
Salamat.
Oo. Ramdam yun eh. Siyempre, kami mga vloggers, nararamdaman namin kung talagang sincere yung kabaitan mo artista. So my question is, dahil nyo talagang nahiyain, ano?
Yeah, my whole family, makatawa kayo sa family. If I may just share, there was one time in Asap when my family had to sing with me. They wanted to cry. My siblings wanted to disappear. You know, yung kapatid ko nanginginig yung pisngi, yung isa hindi mahawakan yung mic. Kaya sabi ko talaga ako na talaga yung may kapal na mukha na pag-artista. I think it's a calling, but I'm blessed to have a shy family. I'm blessed to have a family that's not affected by my celebrity status, and they've kept me grounded because of that.
Si Inigo hindi naman siya nahiyain.
Hindi ko alam kung saan niya nakuha yun eh. Siya talaga yung wow, yeah, performance. He still gets shy. I see some of my characteristics in him. He panics, he fidgets, pero once he performs, wow, ibang classes. So I'm really proud of what he's become, and he's still, finding his identity. So I'm just really happy because he's musically inclined. He's in school right now. He does a lot of things. So millennials nowadays are really more aggressive, I should say. They're more outspoken, outgoing, and more an extrovert than during our time. You know, you have to really, parang kailangan mo na uminom ng alak para makakanta ka o makaarte ka. Nowadays, wala eh. Pag sinabi mo sa kanila, kanta. Iyak. Mahigit natin yung pangangailangan nila eh.
And for the last question, actually the question, this is for my son. He wants to be an artista.
Oh, yes.
Gusto niya mag-PBBT. I don't like, kasi parang nakakatakot, di ba?
Right.
Parang, anong masasabi mo sa mga bata? Katulad mo na maaga ka rin nag-start, what advices that you can give them na parang hindi sila mapariwara?
We can only do so much for them, based on experience. I tried so hard to, not have my son, enter showbiz. Every year, every Father's Day, he would say, "Papa, 1 year lang. Sige na, just let me try out showbiz," and I would always tell him, it's not going to be good for you. I'm not saying it's bad for me, but it's a lot of hard work. And once you step into the business, you're going to forget about your studies. And I want you to focus first on being young for having a control of your life. Because once you become an artista, you become a public figure. You don't own your life anymore. That's a big trade-off. So my advice for kids is to finish school first. I mean, it's not going to go away being showbiz. And if you're really cut out for it, do workshops, do training, do classes. Acting, singing, dancing, whatsoever. Better to enter the battle equipped than to learn the ropes while you're in it, because time might pass you by and you're not able to finish school, and then one day you'll wake up, you regretted the fact that you rushed into it. So based on experience, I'm able to say that because maaga ako nag-artista eh. If I could only turn back the time, I want to be able to do other things. But now, I don't own my time anymore. So for the kids, if it's really what you want, then work on it. I've done countless VTRs during my teens. I'd be shortlisted, swerte na makuha ako sa isang project, but I worked hard. I really worked hard for it. So you really gotta identify your passion. If it's acting, if it's singing, if it's dancing, whatsoever, like hosting, you have to train hard, and you have to pray about it, and you really have to work in it. That's the only way you'll find out if you're cut out for it. And get your heart ready, because you'll be heartbroken several times, and that's the best way for you to become a better person. to build that character. And young people go through that, and that makes us who we are, what we become. After a couple of years, that will make us better equipped and better experienced in life.
Thank you. I love you, Piolo.
Thank you. I love you too.
Thank you, Rose. Next, Alexa Fra.
Hello, PJ. Okay, I just got feedback and some people are already saying hindi sila naniniwala that you're turning the 4-0 at the next week. But, they're not. Okay, but, this happened with, you said that, you're at the very most important stage of your life now. Aside from Inigo, aside from what you've accomplished at this point, what makes you feel young?
I'll always feel young, no matter how old I become. Because you only live your life once. Make it count. Feel young. When you feel old, you're going to be limited, to doing things. But if you feel young, you feel you can still conquer whatever, then you can. So I always tell my friends, I always tell my mom, I always tell whoever I'm with, dude, you only got one life to live. Make it count. Feel young, because otherwise, restrict na. So even if I'm in my 60s or 70s, I know there will be things that I'll not be able to do, but I'll always feel young, even when I'm old. I know that for a fact.
Okay, a second question is, nasa kanina you gave an advice about people who want to try showbiz. But in industry where sometimes it's hard to have your 2 feet on the ground, what is the one lesson that you, aside from hard work, that you keep on reminding the aspirants?
Make sure that your heart is ready. Make sure that you are prepared to fall. Because once you get up, you're a more experienced person, you're a better person, and then learn from that experience, carry that with you, and try again. You just always have to try. I never broke out on my first, my second, my third attempt, but I never wavered. I always knew that there was something in it for me, so I followed my gut, and I never stopped being determined, and I never stopped working on my craft.
Okay. My question is, medyo may kinalaman sa endorsement mo. So, as of now, what are your biggest investments in life? And what are the investments na sa tingin mo, nababawi mo na ngayon, o nakikita mo na yung fruits?
Okay, well, primarily, I'm pensionado. I'm not to brag about that because I started saving when I was 20, 21. So after 20 years, you get your dividends already. So I never stopped getting insurances. So even when Sun Life got me, it was easier for me to get my feet wet already because I knew what to say. I knew because out of experience, that's what I've been doing growing up. So now with Sun Life, I get to enjoy different policies every year, and I get to impart it to my family and get to really know that there are other things. It's not just getting one insurance. It's important for you to get a life insurance, a health insurance, death insurance, whatsoever. Just as long as think about it in the easiest way. Growing up, it's palawagan, right? But now it's all about saving up for the rainy days. But you don't want to wait until you get old, to enjoy that. You start young so that when you're, mature in years, you're able to enjoy more without you even thinking about how much you're saving. So it's all about practical application. So for me, now, with the help of Sun Life, you're also helping my foundation. It's not just about me anymore. It's about the people that I'm able to empower, that I'm able to impart my experiences, my life with. So, it's how do I say it? It's important to know that you are not going to be hot forever. You're not going to be in your prime forever. So the moment you start working, it's like even at school, you still have to start saving. Save up, a percentage of what you get. And then one day you'll wake up, you don't have to work anymore. But yes, it's true working because you're not just working for yourself, but for other people as well.
Okay. Well, aside from financial investments, what are the other either physical or spiritual investments that you made in the past few years?
To make it really personal, I accepted the Lord in my life at 25. I'm turning 40, so it's been 15 years. And I'm not going to say that I'm a good person. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I know that I'm always a work in progress, and all I want to be is to be the person that God wants me to be. You know, I'm in this business, even if I wanted to quit already several times, but because I know there's a purpose for me being here, I'm not gonna deny my calling. I'm not gonna try to stay away from a platform wherein I know I can be effective. So the reason why I'm here is also because I know the Lord is a plan for me. So even if sometimes pagod na ako, if I have to do what I have to do because of my commitment, because of my faith, I do it. You know, and I'm gonna die, I'm gonna grow old doing what God wants me to do as much as I can with His grace. Physically, fulfillment physically? No, I'm able to do calisthenics. You know, I never thought I could actually carry myself. You know, I've been into fitness half my life, but now I'm doing rings, I'm doing a lot of pull-ups. My goal is to do muscle up. You pull yourself up from the bar, and then you hold yourself and modify it. You go around. Now I'm able to go around, back, forward, you know, with the rings, with bars. So I still want to be able to challenge myself into doing things that I've not been able to do before. So these are the things that excite me going to the gym. Sometimes I wake up excited because I know I'm going to the gym, not because I have to work out, because I know I'm able to do something different, something I've not done before. So I had a friend, he said, nagplateau siya when he was turning 40 because he felt na parang, I've always looked good, but parang turning 40, why am I doing this? What am I doing for? What am I doing it for? But for me, you know, turning 40, I guess the Lord prepared me because He gave me a new regimen. He gave me a new exercise for me to just look forward to doing. So now that, you know, I'm turning 40, there are a lot of restrictions physically, but I'm more excited because I'm never going to stop learning. I'm never going to stop discovering what I still can do while I still can.
Okay, for my final question, medyo iba naman. For your upcoming birthday, let's say someone will write a book or make a movie about your life. Ano sa tingin mo magiging title na and why?
Hindi ko alam eh. Piolo. I like it. Hindi ko alam eh. You know, I have a very unique name. I have to thank my mom for it and my dad. But if you're gonna seriously don't have any idea how to, you know, what title to start ABS Publishing, and I'm working on the book.
Definitely this year.
This year, supposedly for my birthday, but we're still finalizing the print, and they wanted to focus on health, fitness, career, whatsoever, personal. But it's nice to just talk about, you know, what comes out of your mind, or what it's all experience. So for me, there's still so many things I wanna explore, I wanna do. So hindi ko siya ma-identify. All I know is that I go through a certain phase. You know, every 10 years, you know, I go full circle, and every time I realize that I'm entering a new phase, I acknowledge that, and I welcome the challenge just by being positive about it, just by welcoming it, and just you know, preparing myself for it. So hindi ko alam kung title ng pelikula siguro or book. But I'd simply say, name it Piolo.
Okay, down to our last two questions. Raj?
Hi, Papa P. This is I'm Raj from P1.ph. Since nabanggit kanina, di ba, si Yen Santos is young actors. Meron ka pa bang gustong makatrabaho?
Dami! Wow! Dami!
Meron ka pa magiging lima?
Jenna is one of them. We got a lot of concepts in mind. And she's one of those people I really want to work with. Liza, of course. There's Kathleen, there's Nadine, of course, the younger ones. I want to work with Maha. We've not done anything together. And hopefully I get to work with Cloud and Julia again. And I have not worked with the next star. And hopefully with Miss Nora. So if you think about it, I've not worked with so many of them. Yeah.
So marami ko pala gustong makatrabaho ng isang Piolo Pascual. Pero pwede mo magtanong, since New Year, ano ba yung pasabog ng isang Piolo Pascual bukod sa bagong movie?
Star Studio. Star Studio covered me in my private, my humble abode. You know, one of my most how you say it, kind of real moments, because that's my space. I don't usually show my space or my private life, but this is all that I have to offer. This is all that I am. You know, I'm working on a lot of things. I hope there's no pasabog that's negative. But I'm working on a movie, of course. There's one movie that I want to work on. It's a film noir, but I'm not supposed to say because hindi pa namin alam yung schedule. But I'm also releasing, after the album that came out last year, the Release Themes, which consists of my 21 songs, theme songs I've done for TV and movie. I'm coming up with an all-original album produced by Elidia. We're halfway through, but we just have to give way to the compilation album because, you know, it encapsulates my 20 years in the business. And then hopefully if I'm able to do a lot of movies this year, you know, there are a lot of concepts I want to work on. And if time permits, hopefully a 20th year concert before the year ends.
Thank you.
Ang hirap na maging artista.
Hello, Papa P. During the press con of Seclusion, ni-reveal ni Direk Eric Mati.
Yes, that's my dream. That's also, see, I'm movie, sorry. Kasi Pintakasi was pitched to me last year, earlier part of last year, so I'm excited because even though agreed to be part of it. So I've always wanted to do a military type of film. The closest one was On the Job. So when Eric Mati pitched the concept, I said yes right away. And it's a bucket list for me, a bucket list check, because all of yung mga Saving Private Ryan, yung mga ganun, military movies, I want to be able to do something like that here.
Thank you.
Galing, ano?
Okay, our last question is from Jude. Ayan, ayan.
Busy sila. Alam mo, pagpupulong meron siya.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, happy New Year
in advance.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Yung first question, looking back yung early days mo as an actor or as a young actor, what are the fondest memories that you always keep reminding yourself na you are an artist no matter what? That's my first question.
Yeah. When I was starting out, it was all vague, you know, but I knew for a fact that this was what I wanted, so I was ready, even not to sleep, just to be able to do what I had to do, because I was in a mode of discovery. No matter what I did, I was very excited, but at the same time very nervous, especially when I did Dekada 70. I tried to back out from the project many times because it was hard, and I was scared, I was intimidated by the whole cast, I was intimidated by the project. So there was a lot of nervousness, there was a lot of anticipation and excitement, but more than anything, if I remember it right, I was just really excited to discover what I can do, you know, how I was gonna pan out as an artist. It was all about discovery.
Okay, second question ko, apart from the idea of hard work, anything that reminds you of hard work, and then what keeps you grounded as a person despite the many challenges, the many intrigues that are thrown at you?
I'm still, for the life of me, I know I'm never going to be able to comprehend the fact that I'm an artista. You know, until now I still get overwhelmed when I see myself on billboards, commercials, movies, TVs, whatever, TV shows, or even concerts. Parang hindi ko ma-realize, you know. I think that's one good thing about, you know, staying grounded, because I never owned up to it. No matter what I did, I know it's because of God's favor, you know, by His grace, I'm able to do something that I never thought I could do. And it has a lot to do with my faith, my values in life, how I was brought up, and that I know that this is fleeting. You know, everything else in this life is temporary. So I live in the moment, but I make sure that that moment counts. And that, you know, if I don't make it count, then I'm just wasting away. So that's why I try to leave a mark, you know, kahit nasa ako sino nakakausap ko, making sure that, you know, that's not a wasted moment as well.
Last question. You mentioned kasi you're open for producing films, especially like independent films.
Not necessarily independent, just film.
Oh yes. Okay. So you also wanted to do independent films, right? So
yeah,
there was one entry in the Metro Manila Film Festival that you were supposed to be starring in, and then suddenly you were not part of it. Meron ka bang regrets?
No, I believe that everything happens for a reason. There are a lot of movies I wanted to do, but I just couldn't because of schedule. So I know for a fact that even with some movies that I ended up doing, it was originally for somebody else. So I believe that if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then it's not going to happen. So I don't have any regrets as long as, if especially that person is able to become better because of that, or win awards because of that role, then I'd be more than happy because it only means that it was meant for that person.
Last question. What's your favorite Bible verse?
It will always, it will always have to be the theme of my foundation, the Hebrew Foundation. Hebrews 12:1. That happens to be my birthday. 1:12. Nililigtad lang. Therefore, since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us therefore rid ourselves of every. Let us. Since there's a great cloud of witnesses. Because it has to do with life's race. You know that we are in a race. The reason why I like that verse is it made explain ko lang.
Is it Corinthians?
Hebrews 12. It made me realize that as much as we are in our own walk, there's a race. You know. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. So yeah, that's. I just have to see the first one. So yeah, and then I have a lot of live verses. This last one, there's Romans 12:1, which happens to be it's my birthday as well. It says here, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of the Spirit. Then you will know what God's will is, His true, pleasing, and perfect will. You know, so
thank you.
Thank you.
Last na talaga, Pili. Promise.
Andito ba ba ako?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Ayun. So, di ka ganyan.
Nahiya
At 40, gano'n pa ka-importante sa'yo ang kasal?
Sabi ni Tita Asta, si Tita Asta ata nagsulat ko ngayon, sabi ko, tutuparin ko na yung pangako ko na magpakasal ng 40. I remember being 20, and I said, I'm going to be married at 30. And then I said, okay, in 5 more years, 35. And then I realized that I also said that I wanted to settle down at 40. But in all honesty, you know, I've been single. You know, this is the longest time that I've been single, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Not that I feel incomplete, but it's not something that I look for just because I have to, just because it's the society, that's what the society expects from you. For me, when it happens, if it happens, then I'll totally embrace it. But for now, when I sign up, when I'm under contract, I make sure that I'm committed to it 24/7, 100%. So I can't find the time to be with somebody, to get settled or settle down. I just feel that, you know, I don't want to say that I haven't found her, my partner, or whatsoever. I just feel that it will only happen. It will happen in God's perfect timing. So for me, I'm not jumping into anything. I'm just really exploring, enjoying my life, living life to the fullest, and waking up every day to a new day. If she comes tomorrow, when it happens tomorrow, then I'll welcome it. But I'm saying I believe in the sacrament of marriage. But when I get married, then I know hindi na ako magiging fully committed sa trabaho because madadivert ka na magkakaroon ka na ng priorities. So I make sure that I enjoy and I commit to my craft, my contract, whatever I'm doing right now, completely and 100%. So as not to divert my thoughts. But I believe in it, definitely. Yes.
And last being a loyal kapamilya, nakikita mo ba yung sarili mo?
Parang ikaw ini-interview na. Ano ba?
Being a loyal kapamilya, nakikita mo ba yung sarili mo na magiging one of the corporate officers ng ABS? Similar to Miss Chaga.
Actually, we were talking about it. If there's one thing I can do for the station, is probably be an advisor to Star Magic. Just to be able to give back or just share. If I'm able to share my life, my testimony, I do it to be able to speak. But to live a corporate life, I don't think I'm cut out for it.
Okay.
Mas gusto ko nakakamo kaysa naka-coaching na. Pag-on-style lang yan.
Okay, Mars. Ang pahabol ko ba, Mars? Okay, go.
May dami ko lang natin English to, ha? Baka wala na lumabas.
No, kasi di ba si Lloydie, si GLC, nag-jury siya for MMFF. This year, sa December or November, pag nagkaroon ng offer sa'yo, would you accept?
Of course.
Jury or
It's
awards night or selection?
Yeah, it'd be an honor. It's a privilege. It's one way of giving back to the industry that you so well love. I'd be happy. I'd be happy.
Nakailang films na for this season?
I just got back, so I have not seen anything. So I was on vacation.
What you're looking forward to? Next time?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Tayo pa, may time pa. Okay. Before we end our Blogcon, we'd like to show a short clip for ewan ko, alam mo yan. Ako din ang bakit. Stress. Okay, let's watch this.
Ito ba gusto panoorin? Pwede pala.
My first birthday cake for you.
Yay!
Thank you guys, thank you.
Okay. Happy birthday, Brother T!
Thank you.